Count up the bottles on your bathroom counter. The toner, the eye gel, the little stick you dab on a bug bite, every one bought for one job apiece. Those bottles run $12, $14 each, and the plain witch hazel on the bottom shelf is about $3. I've got 13 uses for it, and they're not all for your face. And number 1 is the one I'd keep if they took every other bottle away. So let's get started. Number 13. The bench by the back door carries the smell of every shoe that's ever been kicked off on it. And with 4 kids in and out all day, ours never gets a rest. Pour witch hazel into a small spray bottle with a splash of water and 5 or 6 drops of lavender or whatever oil you like. Go easy on the oil, and if there's a cat in the house, leave the oil out altogether and go with just the witch hazel and the water, because those oils are a good deal stronger on animals than they are on us. The witch hazel holds the oil and the water together for a while, so give it a shake before every use and it comes out even. Then go around the house with it. Mist that bench, the couch, the curtains, and the sheets before you make the bed, and try a spot out of sight first, because oil can mark some fabrics. The linen sprays sold for this run $8–10 for a bottle the size of your hand, and they're mostly water anyway. It takes me about a minute to go through the downstairs, and the whole house smells like I meant it to, instead of like whatever came in on the shoes. Number 12. Color your own hair at the kitchen sink, and you know the line I mean. It runs along your hairline and down in front of your ears, and soap and water won't touch it. Before the dye ever goes on, I told you to run a line of petroleum jelly along that hairline so the color can't grab hold. This is for the days you forgot. Soak a cotton ball, hold it flat against the stain for a few seconds, then wipe. Do the spots down your neck and the ones on your fingers the same way. There are 2 bottles on that shelf, and it's the one marked alcohol-free you want for anything going on your face. Color grabs the top of your skin the same way it grabs the hair, and this loosens its hold so it wipes off instead of you scrubbing at your own face. Now, it has to be fresh. Do it while you're still standing there in the towel, because once that color has sat overnight, it's set in, and then you're waiting 2 or 3 days for it to fade on its own. Some boxes come with a little wipe for this, and some don't, and the ones that do give you exactly one. That brown line is gone before you walk out the door, and nobody at church can tell you did it at home. Number 11. Your scalp starts to itch by the 3rd day, and washing your hair again just starts the whole business over. Wet a cotton ball, part your hair down the middle, and run it right along the part. Then make another part an inch over and do it again, and work your way across your whole head. It takes the oil up off the skin and dries in a minute without leaving a thing in your hair. Do it in the evening and sleep on it. If your scalp is broken or scabbed anywhere, leave that spot alone. The drugstore wants $10–12 for a little bottle of scalp tonic, and mine came out of the bottle in the bathroom cabinet. I go to bed without the itch, and I wake up without it. One thing before we go on, and then I won't bring it up again. There's more of this than ever fits in one video, so I put it all into a book over at thehannahbrooks.com. If you want it, it's there. That's all. Number 10, turn your hairbrush over and look down at the pad the bristles sit in. There's a gray fuzz packed in at the base of them, and that's oil and hairspray and dust that's been building up in there for months. Every time you brush, a little of that goes right back where it came from. Pull the hair out first, and use a pencil or a knitting needle to get under the mat and lift it away. Then dip an old toothbrush in witch hazel and scrub down between the bristles and over the pad. A comb you can drop straight into a bowl of it for 10 minutes. Rinse them both and stand them on a towel to dry, bristles down. Do the kids' brushes while you're at it, because theirs are always worse than yours, and do it over the trash can, not the sink. Hairspray and oil are what's holding all of that in place. So once the witch hazel breaks that film, the rest of it lets go. I threw a $15 brush out before I ever knew to do this. The one in my drawer now is 4 years old and it still looks new. Number 9, the bites don't bother you all evening. Then you get in bed and settle down, and that's when they start, 3 of them up one leg. Witch hazel is full of tannins, and that's what quiets the itch and can take some of the swelling down with it. So wet a cotton ball and hold it on the bite for half a minute. Don't rub it around, and go back to it every couple of hours. Get the ones down at the ankle too, where the sock rubs them all day. I've given you baking soda paste for a bite before, and a dab of rubbing alcohol, and both of those still do the job. The difference is, this one is already sitting on the nightstand, with nothing to mix and nothing to go fetch from the kitchen at 11 at night. Don't put it on a bite you've already scratched open. Now, if the swelling spreads well out past the bite itself, or the person starts feeling sick with it, put the cotton ball down and call the doctor. That's 4 kids in bed without anybody scratching a leg raw. Number 8. The bandage comes off and the gray ring of glue stays right where it was, and picking at that hurts worse than whatever was under there. Tip a little witch hazel onto the ring and let it sit a few seconds. This is the job for the plain bottle because it's the alcohol in there softening the glue. Then rub at it with your thumb and the glue comes away in little rolls instead of pulling at the skin. Keep it to the skin around the cut and never on the cut itself. With a little one in the house, that's a bandage that comes off without any crying about it. The pharmacy sells a $6 bottle of adhesive remover for this one job, right up there beside the bandages, and I've never owned one. Number 7. You were out at the lake all day and never once thought about your shoulders, and now the sheets hurt and you wake yourself up every time you turn over. This is one for the alcohol-free bottle, because alcohol on burned skin only stings and dries it out more. Pour it onto a soft cloth until it's good and wet, lay it over the burn, and leave it 10 minutes. Do the tops of the shoulders and the back of your neck, wherever the strap sat. Now, I'll be straight with you here. It won't heal a burn any faster, and nothing else on that shelf will either. What it does is keep on cooling the whole time it's drying off your skin, and that's what makes the evening bearable. Go back and do it again a couple of hours later. Keep it cool and never warm, and nothing greasy goes on a sunburn. And if the skin has blistered or broken open, don't put anything on it at all and call the doctor. The After Sun Gels run $7, $8 a bottle, and we used to go through 2 of them a summer at our house. We don't buy them now. That's 7 of them, and there's 6 still to come. Stick with me, because number 1 is the reason I made this whole video. Number 6, look along the inside of your collar, and then at the pillowcase on your side of the bed. You're standing there buttoning up a good blouse, and there it is again, a tan line right where your jaw rubs. It's foundation, and it goes through a normal wash and comes out the other side, still sitting there. Lay the collar flat, or the pillowcase with the mark facing up, wet a cotton pad, and dab at it from the outside in so you aren't spreading it wider. Keep turning the pad to a clean part until it stops picking up color. Then wash it the way you always do. Foundation has oil in it, and witch hazel on a fresh mark can lift most of it off while it's still sitting up on top. So do it the same night you take the blouse off. Do the cuffs while you're there, and the strap of a good bag that's been against your neck all day. Try a hidden corner first on anything colored, and go easy on silk. That collar goes back on clean, and you quit flipping the pillowcase over every morning. Number 5, you shave your legs, and by evening, there's a red rash coming up behind your knee, and the men in the house get the very same thing along the jaw. The beauty counter wants $12 and up for the little bottles sold for razor burn, and a good many of them have witch hazel right there on the label. The witch hazel I'm using costs $3, so go over the skin with the plain bottle right after you've dried off, before you put anything else on. It stings for about a second, and then it's cool. The blade takes the top off your skin along with the hair, and wiping that clean right away can keep the sting from turning into a rash later on. The underarms want it too, because that's where the ingrown bumps show up worst. If you're already broken out and scabbed there, wait until that's healed before you start. Do it every time you shave and not just the day it's already gone red and the rash never gets started. Number 4. Some mornings, the face in the mirror looks like it never slept at all, and it's the puff under the eyes that gives it away. Use the alcohol-free bottle for this one because it's going right up against your eye. Soak 2 cotton pads, squeeze them out so they're damp and not dripping, and lay one over each closed eye. Sit there 5 minutes while the coffee finishes, but it won't take your eye makeup off. I gave you the jar of petroleum jelly for that a while back. Keep your eyes shut the whole 5 minutes, and if a drop gets in, rinse it out with water. It settles that puff down a little, so by the time you're dressed, the eyes look rested. I've paid $15, $20 for a little tube of eye gel with about a spoonful in it, and 2 cotton pads out of the bottle in your own cabinet do the same job. Number 3, it's one of those days the heat won't let up, and by 2 o'clock you can tell, and it isn't the sweat itself that smells, it's what lives on your skin feeding on it. Witch hazel goes after that. A wet cotton pad under each arm in the morning, let it dry, and do it again halfway through the day if it's a long one. That's the whole of it. If you'd rather have it in a bottle, put witch hazel in a little sprayer with a spoonful of aloe gel and a few drops of tea tree or lavender. Shake it up and keep it in your bag. Use the plain bottle for that one and mix up just a little at a time so it doesn't sit around and go bad on you. Then it's there for the afternoon at work and for the drive home with the windows down. It won't keep you dry though. Witch Hazel does nothing about how much you sweat, only about how it smells. Try it on a weekend first, because some skin doesn't care for it. The natural deodorants I've picked up run $8–9 a stick, and half of them quit on you by lunch. This one costs a few cents a morning, and I can tell you exactly what's in it. Number 2. Mine lives in the door of the refrigerator, right beside the milk, and that isn't me being tidy about it. It just works better, cold, plain, and simple, and that's why it's in there and not up in the bathroom cabinet. You've been out in the garden since 7. The back of your shirt is wet through and your face is red. Wet a washcloth out of that cold bottle, wring it out, and put it on the back of your neck and across your wrists. Then sit down for 2 minutes. That's quicker than standing in front of the fan waiting to feel human again. A wet rag out of the tap is warm before you've even sat down, and this one isn't. Do the same for the kids when they come in from outside. Keep the bottle by the bed on a hot night. And when a hot flash comes over you at the kitchen sink, it's right there in the door. Every single thing I've already told you works better out of that cold bottle. The bites, the shoulders, the eyes, all of it. It costs nothing to keep a bottle in that door. And on the worst afternoon of the summer, you'll be glad that bottle is cold. We're down to the last one. I do these because there's no sense paying for a fancy bottle when the $3 one already does the job. So go ahead and click that subscribe button and turn on the notifications too. Now then, number 1, go back to that row of bottles on the counter we started with, because this one does the work of all of them. Here's the thing I didn't know for years. When you wash your face, you don't get all of it off. There's a film left sitting there, part soap and part whatever's in your water, and everything you put on afterward lands on that film instead of on you. That's the whole reason I saved this for last. Witch Hazel takes the film off, along with the last of the oil and whatever the day put on you. Then it tightens the skin back up so things look smoother and the shine stays down through the evening. And cream soaks into a damp face and sits on top of a dry one, so the jar you already own goes further than it did. Here's how it goes. At night, once you've washed your face, wet a cotton pad with the alcohol-free bottle and go over your forehead, your nose, and your chin. Then work along your jaw and down your neck, because the neck is the part most folks leave out. Don't rinse it off. Let it dry a few seconds, then put your moisturizer on while your skin is still a little damp. That's it, about 20 seconds at the sink, and you do it every night. Start every other night and work your way up from there and stay off any spot that's cracked or sore. Mine is 16 ounces, and one bottle lasts me months. The toner I'd have bought instead is $14, and that's money I've quit spending. My mother's had a bottle of this on her bathroom shelf my whole life, and I've never once seen a toner sitting beside it. 13 jobs off one shelf in the first aid aisle, and a good deal less standing on your counter. So tell me which bottle you're taking off that counter first down in the comments. I read every single one, and YouTube's put another money saver up there for you. Have a look at that one next.